Today on Car Traction we've got another bit of an automobilia video planned, and as you can see, these two lovely jacks will be the subjects of today's video. This morning we went to the car boot for the first time in many weeks, going to all these car shows. You often miss out on the early Sunday morning car boots, but this weekend there was nothing on, and luckily I managed to grab these two lovely old jacks from the car boot. These are both 5-ton jacks, extremely heavy, but also very, very nice. And in today's video, we're going to be having a little go at restoring them and seeing if we can improve the look of them, because at the moment they're a bit cobwebby, they're a bit rusty, they don't quite work properly. They sort of work, and I just think they could look so much better because these really are lovely things. So let's take a little closer look at them. Here are the two jacks then. I think these are absolutely lovely. I don't know if they appear big on camera, but they are very, very large. There's my hand on it just to get an idea of scale. So let's have a look at this one. We can just about see that this is Charlotte NC USA. So this is an American 5-ton jack, and this one here is British made. Now the owner did say he used to lift heavy machinery with these, so they've actually have been used in past. He spread a bit of oil around there just to keep them going, but I think in today's video we'll get a bit of a wire brush going on and maybe a bit of oil. We'll have to see and see if we can bring up any of this lovely writing, because these could come up really nice. I think they're a really cool shape. I don't usually buy jacks, but I just couldn't refuse these. They're just lovely, aren't they? And I think they'll look so much better when they're all done up and lovely. These, there you go, 5-ton. And this one has got all sorts of specs, but I'm sure we can bring up the text so much nicer on these. They're probably 30s. Dad suggested that this one, being American, came over in the Second World War, so they are really old. Perhaps like a lorry jack. It might even be railway. Be cool if it was a lorry jack or something. If you know anything about these that I don't know, please do let me know in the comments. And there are plenty of other similar cleaning up videos on the channel, so make sure to check them out after watching this one. But in this video, let's get cracking on cleaning these lovely old jacks up. Now I think first of all we'll give them a quick going over with a wire brush, which is where this old first aid tin comes in. No, it hasn't got plasters in it. It's got all sorts of useful modern tools that I don't like the look of, but that are very useful in restoring this sort of thing. So we're going to want this sort of thing, brass brush, something like that. And we're just going to go over it like that. And actually it looks like it is blue underneath. Should be interesting to see. Some of these do work, so if I flip this to the side, I think like that, they're quite stiff, but hopefully you can see it is going up. I won't put it up too far in case it won't come down again, and then we go the other way, hopefully. There we go. Now that's down, but I think for the resto we'll extend it up a bit so I can get a better look at cleaning a little bit of the sort of gunge and old oil around there. I'll start off with this jack first. So let's get that nice and high so that we can see what we're doing there, and basically just crack on with the wire brush and see what we can find under all this grime. Now here I'm just trying to remove a bit of the black paint. As you can see, there's a fair bit of blue underneath, but I actually quite like the pattern I look at the black and blue, so I'm trying to sort of keep a nice blend of the blue and the black because it looks quite nice. But this bit over here is just rust, so we don't need to worry about that. But certainly around here it looks quite nice, the black and blue, so I'm looking forward to getting to oily rag it. But before that, we've still got all the other sides to do with the little brush and another jack just over there, so I think I'll be here for a while. Alright then, so as you can see, I think this is looking just fantastic. As I've said, I've sanded it just so that you get a bit of the blue showing through, and there's also a bit of the black. The black finish isn't great, and it would have been blue originally I believe, but I think it looks really good like that. And you can just tell what a beautiful quality thing. This would really never let you down. Dad has actually pointed something out, which is that it is dual purpose. So if you were like jacking up a trailer or something and this is actually too high, if we just bring it down a bit, then to get it onto that main one, what you could do is you could slide this little one under and then jack that one up a bit higher, then put like a block of wood on it or something, until you can then sort of take it down again. It's kind of hard to explain, and take it down and then put it on the main one. So it's actually just a really, really clever thing that will never let you down. And I think next up, let's see if we can get into here. We found that the name of this is now Duff Norton. That's the same with the other jack, the manufacturer. It has it on the top there as well, which I'll actually have to clean up. I haven't cleaned that up yet. But I think now let's see if we can open this and have a little look at some of the gubbins inside it and what makes it work. So after a bit of whacking and hammering, we've managed to get this annoying little pin out. I don't think we'll be putting that back in. And we can have a little look at the internal gubbins of this lovely old drill.
I think it's a jack.
Why did I call it a drill? There you go, there's a little bug there that's been there for
it's been there a while, hasn't it?
50, oh I've just pushed that in further, haven't I?
It's lovely inside, isn't it? A bit of oil on that one.
Yes, a bit of WD-40 or something heavier.
Something a bit meatier, I think, for that. You can see, so this is the thing that swaps it over from up.
So that's to going down, and that's to going up. So if I just... That's it going up. And then if we push it round to going down, there we go.
Oh, I see, and if you hold it up here,
yeah,
a quick release then.
Yeah.
And that just drops it straight.
It surprised me the first time because it sort of clanked on the table really loudly.
Right.
So it still works well.
So you can move it to there if you want to do it in a controlled way.
So then we sort of ease it down.
Or you can flick
and
it
then
all the way back.
Got to get it up. And then we hold it.
All the way back.
I'm still figuring this out myself, to be honest. There you go.
Quick release.
What a great thing that is.
Oh, so get some oil in there.
Yeah, I mean there's, oh I didn't see that one.
What was that's fine. Lovely.
I'm sorry for anyone who doesn't like spiders. I did slightly just hold that up to the camera.
Yes, maybe.
Is that you?
Hmm?
Nice.
That's your lunch sorted. Right, so we'll go and get the oil can, I think.
Yep.
And we'll squirt a bit of oil in there. We'll find a nice split pin to go in here.
Yeah.
And that'll look a bit nicer than this bent old bit of metal.
You can see the Duff Norton text on that, so that slots in there. Little tab. And that goes in there, so we'll put a pin in there. But first of all, I think we'll clear this out a bit. But isn't it amazing how that still works?
Yeah, it's in good condition.
It is, it may not look it, it looks quite sort of cobwebby, but everything's still sort of nicely and greased up and everything. Well, I'm pleased at that, how that's turned out. Really looking forward to getting that all nice and oiled up. I actually forgot that bit again, didn't I?
Yes.
But while it may be lunch for us, it's lunch for someone else. What do you think we're going to do with these? Just before we retire from the jack to the inside of the house for a quick break, let's see if our little neighbours want a few of these old apples. We're banging the bucket against the fence, and here they come. Yeah, let's have one. Which of you wants this? It's always good fun doing this. Oh, there's 3 of them now. Go on, chuck a few more in. Free for all. See that guy? Oh, there's a few more coming. That guy's walking away and bouncing over. 3 of them now. Coming out in force today. If I remember, one of them was really grumpy. I don't know if it's here or not. Oh, maybe it was that one. A bit of biting going on. Fighting over our little fruit. So quite a little one there. I'm afraid I don't know much about pigs. What on earth was that? I was just saying I don't know much about pigs, but I know they like these apples and pears. He missed it. He missed it again. Now, this guy's good, isn't he? Is it going to be 3 in a row? Ah, there you go. Oh, I was just about to say things all seem fairly chill. But it was inevitable someone was going to get greedy. No, don't give any more to that one. He's the grumpy one. Think of all the others. Getting a bit low on our pears now. They're all scared of this one here. I can sense tension in the air. Right, well I think they've had their fair share. Let's get back to the jack. But first of all, actually, our own lunch.
So wherever you've got any pivoting,
yeah,
get some in the joint. So get it on the top of there, so it can dribble down inside. Yeah. But where, yeah, that's it, on that bit in there, on the top, and then it'll drain into the. That's it. And then we move that a bit, and then it might make it a bit easier to get at that bottom one. Anywhere where it's movement, and it just
get that little bit out.
A cobweb, a bit of cobweb. Yeah, same at the top. So wherever there's any movement,
a little bit on the bottom of there.
Yeah. So, well done. And you can just, yeah, and you can just work it in a bit. Yeah. Now where does this pivot? Where does this thing pivot? Can we get at that?
It's.
Can't see it in there.
It's the top of there, so I'll just.
You probably find, yeah, just squirt some
up there.
You might find that you could take that out, but it feels all pretty lubricated, so I don't think we'll worry too much. Right, I've dug out the oldie tin of GKN cotter pins in sizes suitable for motor vehicles and handy men. So you're a handyman.
Of course. If anyone needs any jacks,
servicing,
gentle restoration.
Right. So we've got a split pin here, or cotter pin, and because it's at a slight angle, if we put that end here, then it can't fall out.
But we want to make it so that we can.
It should just about fit in. There we go. I'll tell you, if you put a little bit of oil on that, if you put a dribble of that with the old Enots oil can, note, nice old oil can.
Eh? I'm envious of that.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Right, so let's lube that up a bit.
Then
so
again,
we can just
you weren't at the car boot this morning.
I know, I wasn't there. I couldn't get there. Yeah, at least that'll be a bit easier to get out.
The jack is looking very lovely indeed. I'll clean up that top bit a little bit more, but I think soon we'll be able to give it the oily rag treatment. You can't see it with the light there actually, so I'll turn it around so that the nice side is facing the light. But I think that actually looks really, really cool. Lovely patina all the way down it, and the WD-40 oily rag treatment will really bring out the colours really nicely. And what drew me to this one especially is all the lovely lettering all over it and on the top there as well. Fast forward a surprising amount of time, and now we're going to start oiling it up with the good old WD-40. I spent a long time picking all the old bits of just dirt and general not nice stuff. You can tell I've been doing it on my hands out of this, where it says genuine Duff Barrett, that's it. I couldn't quite read it from my angle. I'm sure you guys can see it well, and I think that looks a lot better. So now we're just going to use the good old WD-40 and rag. It's a fairly new rag actually, and just give it the normal spray. Now I'm going to put a fair bit on, as this hasn't seen any sort of moisture or penetrating oil for quite a while. and I can already tell you that it's coming up loads nicer. This really is the sort of last finishing touch. It will actually jack it up a little bit. It's really freed off nicely after me and Dad put some of the oil inside it. Then we can get a better go at some of these. We can, even though the oil, I am using it to sort of improve the look of this, it still is oil. You still can spray a little bit in there to help the actual jack bit go up and down, which, I mean, every little helps. But here I'm mainly using it just to improve the aesthetics of this beautiful old jack, and it is coming up lovely. I think I've done the right thing here, leaving a bit of the blue and a bit of the black. It really shows its age well, and I'm looking forward to getting the whole thing done, because I think it will look very nice indeed. Penetrating oil like WD-40 is a brilliant way to improve the look of any of your old tools. I always bang on about this on this channel of mine, but it really is a great method that a surprising amount of people don't know about, so it's worth spreading the message. It really does work, and especially on things like these, it also helps to preserve them. Around the bottom here it was quite rusty, so you do have to sort of put a bit more in to sort of improve the colour of that and protect it, because it sort of soaks it up a lot more. But here you can just pretty much a couple of squirts, for example, on there, and that's pretty much covered the whole thing. A really quick sort of way to transform your old tools and stuff, and it is really good. And I think it is certainly working a treat for this lovely old jack here. Few minutes of WD-40ing later, and I think the restoration, gentle restoration of this old jack is finished. Just look at that lovely patina. I really like the look of that. It's all over the jack as well. It's always satisfying when you get something looking a lot better than it was before just on your own. You can still see all of the lovely old script and writing on it. I think that's also come up really well. The genuine Duff Barrett. Sorry for my lens cap knocking around there. I just think it looks so nice. Let's turn that side round into the sun. It's still really heavy, this thing, and I just think it looks fantastic. Try not to get the shadow of me in there. Really love the look of that great oily rag look. And now all I have to worry about is this second jack over here. This one I'll do a very similar sort of resto with. I won't feature as much of it because it's basically the same thing as I've been doing before. This one doesn't require quite as much work, but it still needs quite a bit of time going at it. I might try and open that side of things to see if I can oil up the cogs now. I haven't decided yet, but I think first of all, again, it's going to have to be the wire brush. I think the second jack is just about ready for the oily rag treatment. You can see all the lovely, oh there we go, all the lovely stats, I guess you could call them, on it. There's loads of lovely writing on this one. This is another Duff Norton one. I can't see the logo there actually, so I'll just turn it round quickly. There it is. There we go, Duff Norton, Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Which is interesting because these are both Duff Norton jacks, like that one over there which I've just done, but this one says USA and that one says British made on it, so perhaps the USA made them first and then licensed them to be in the UK, because they're actually pretty much exactly the same design. There are slight differences, but to be honest they're actually pretty much the same, as if there was slight changes made to the British design just to make it slightly different, but they are extremely similar. But anyway, this is all good and prepared, good to go for the oily rag treatment. I think you have to treat it as if you're preparing paint. Preparation is everything really with these, so I've spent a long time sanding this one down and it'll look really good when it's all done. I hate it when you go to like an antique centre and all the old things just look over restored, all repainted and stuff. And I think when you just do it like this, after an oily rag, this will look really, really lovely. And I think it's by far the best way to sort of sympathetically restore any old garagey item. And please do let me know in the comments if you agree. Now, the grand reveal. And here it is. How fantastic does that look? Let's just take a step back, zoom in. I think that looks absolutely lovely. I really like the text at the top there. Moving down, all sorts of lovely markings over this one. Really good design. These, I think I've all oiled it up now, and I think it looks just brilliant when the sun shines on it like that. Really, really happy with that. They're actually massive as well. They should fit in really well with the shed. I'm not actually a huge jack person. I've only got one other jack, but I know someone who is. And I'm sure you figured it out already. Here is the fruit of the other jack person. All of Dad's lovely old jacks. I've never gone quite as crazy about them as he has. They are lovely things. You got bottle jacks, the sort of smaller and fatter ones, and then you got the tall ones like these that mine. But Dad actually really liked my one because he said he'd never seen one like it. It was a lot larger than normal. If we just go around here, I believe he's got, yes, this one here, a Buddha. Well, and that's like a 25 ton. There you go, Jack, and I'm sure he'll lift more than that. And that's a lovely one. But apart from that, he hasn't really seen any that are the size of my one. So I think, to be honest, I've got a bit of a bargain. They were a total of £15 for the two, which I'm pretty happy with, and I think they look just fantastic after half a day's restoration work, gentle restoration. And I think they are lovely, lovely things. If we haul this one over to the other one, these are heavy, heavy things. They really look really nice next to each other. I'm very, very happy with how they look now, and all I've got to do now is find a space in Ned the Shed for them. And also pack all this away. Well, I've managed to find a very smart little spot for the lovely old lorry jacks. Let's call them that, lorry jacks. I think the restoration has just been absolutely perfect. This one's paint reminds me of the likes of our Dodge pickups in that it's sort of light blue and then merges into a darker black as it goes round. And I think that just looks fantastic, and the text on this one has also come up really, really, really nicely. Not enough reallys can emphasise how much I love those. Please do let me know in the comments if you like these lovely old jacks, and take a look at the classic car memorabilia playlist that I'll put at the end of this video for me cleaning up and gently restoring similar items and more from Ned the Shed. Let me know what you think of them in the comments, and indeed any of the lovely old bits and bobs in this shed of mine. Always getting more, like the Aladdin tin that features in my last video last weekend. And I think with that, that's just about it from this video. Thanks for watching, remember to subscribe, and that's all. Bye for now.